Yeah.
Yeah. Just a statement, May. Nobody said anyone in particular diddled a kid. I'm making a point that just because you're in poverty does not mean you can do whatever you want to children and minors. Who was 15? Kayla turned 16 during that relationship. Now we got to re-explain it for May like she doesn't already know. Kayla's birthday was October 23rd, 2005, May. She had her sweet 16 that day at the kitchen table with her 20-year-old boyfriend. Any more? We'll wait.
Oh,
I was
boy.
15 once too. Thank God I'm not anymore. Those were bad days.
All right. Oops. Okay, so there's that.
And that article is literally from the author. I love people who still can't do math. Oh God, here we go. May. Oh God, here we go. May. God damn, May. October 23rd, 2005, somebody turned 16. Her boyfriend turned 20 a week later in 2005. Let's try again.
It all started.
Here's the YouTube video. Everyone mute, please.
Yep. I'm gonna turn it up. I'm gonna big screen.
Yeah, watch your cigarette.
2004, when I met Kayla and Sabrina, two young women who live in Troy, New York. They had come together when Kayla became pregnant to raise the child that she was going to have and basically both take the role as parents. Kayla has beautiful blue eyes like a fox, and she loves animals. And I feel like on one level she is kind of like this really fragile creature, yet knowing she takes it all in, but she doesn't give it away. Even when Kayla was 14, I was sometimes intimidated by her. I felt like she was much more knowing and sophisticated on one level, certainly than I ever was when I was Kayla's age. Through Kayla, I met all the other young women and a couple of guys too who live like extended family on that same block in Troy. I became part of that family. Over the past 9 years, I've seen such beauty and been really privileged to be a part of beautiful moments. And my job is to show you what's kept me there, to show you what's beautiful. As I learned more about the position of Troy in American history, I learned that Troy is considered the prototype for the industrialization of the United States. And at that point, it became undeniable that I had to find a way to weave the coming-of-age stories of these young people into the rich history of our country. Their paths to adulthood are shared by many young people across the nation. Since the time I met Kayla and Sabrina, I've taken thousands of photographs, shot hundreds of hours of digital video, and gathered historic material. This fall, I began a partnership with Rochester Institute of Technology, working with students there who are photojournalists, web designers, and programmers to build an online layered documentary. I've been living at the Visual Studies Workshop in Rochester and working with students there to create a series of books that will complement the web project. For the past 9 years, I've independently funded this work, and we're well into phase 1 of production. But to finish, we need your help.
Wow. Before we get to that and open that suitcase, I've been holding on to this. May, everyone read her comment. Everybody read that bitch's comment right now. This is more than an opinion. This is now getting gross. So if they don't impregnate the minor, it is okay. May had to come in here and make a point that that child didn't belong to James. That's fine and dandy. Cool, great. People, nobody said it for sure was. They were just assuming, right? So because it's not his biological child, it's okay, Meme? So you're above the law in New York. Can we post that screenshot again of the law in New York about 17-year-olds and all other kinds of shit we saw?
Yep,
Do you need me to
hold
send
on
it to you?
1 second.
I'll send it to you.
1 second. I got it. Okay, here it is. Oh. Yeah, go ahead, send me the screenshot.
Everybody, please remember what Meme came in here and stated. She really had to come in here and make a point that that is not his biological child. Great. That does not negate the fact that it was a minor.
I'm dealing with another situation, so I'm not really modding right now. So please, other mods, be on your stuff.
Meme, the book confirms she was not emancipated. Why does Meme keep bringing up emancipation laws? She says, look up legal emancipation laws. That's fine, Meme, but do you have confirmation this girl was emancipated? Because the book states she was not. So the emancipation laws have nothing to do with this. It has nothing to do with it. Are you guys understand what I'm saying, or am I crazy? There may be emancipation laws, but that does not have anything to do with this situation if she was unemancipated.
I understand it.
That's more of Meme trying to manipulate a whole entire audience. Meme, unless she was truly emancipated, that law does not matter. This law matters. The New York statutory rape law matters.
In New York, it is illegal for a person to have X with a minor younger than 17, even if the X is consensual. Those who break the law have committed statutory rape.
Meme, you are the point of my whole entire thesis, if you want to call it, of my last live. Here you are with your laughing comments, right? Once again, we have you in here defending the fact that she was not impregnated by James. And you're saying she was allegedly emancipated when we don't know if she was. Now, Meme, the fact that you support this now, but you have been the loudest and most annoying about other people who are not really like the main issue, right? You've been doing that. You are now cherry picking your pedo support. Meme, you are now cherry picking your morals and values on minors and adults' relations. That's what you're doing right now. Please, God, tell me everybody is watching Meme's comments right at this moment, because this needs to be seen. It really does. I'm getting very tired of that woman getting away with manipulating audiences like this. We're not doing it. She's really getting me off my cool, so I'm probably going to mute because I can't handle that bitch sometimes. Pissed off vampire mommy. When they were in the established relationship, it was 15 and 19. They both turned 16 and 20 during the relationship. So he was already an adult. So that threw that out of the water too. People were like, well, what if they're two minors and they become adults? No. He was not a minor. It was one minor. It was one minor and one adult. Meme, nobody has been going off of half truths. It was a one minor and one adult. They graduated to a new year of age during that relationship. 15 and 19 to 16 and 20. Do I know exactly what happened without speaking to James, his wife, or the courts? Why would I ever speak to the courts if James never had criminal charges? Why on earth am I going to call the New York court system if James has not have criminal charges? What does the New York court system have to do with this situation? Pedicure kings. What does the New York court system have to do with this if James did not have criminal charges? You are making no sense. I'll wait for your answer. Why on earth would I call the courts? Thank you, Steph. Why would it be published if it was false? Do not act like. And that question right there says, have you even talked to James or the wife? This is a published book. Okay? This is a public published book. So there is no privacy barrier here. There is no, I need to contact this wife and James before I discuss this. This is a published book. So you mean to tell me people can't discuss a public published book? Pedicure Kings. Huh. Okay. So because the book's not a legal documentation, it's not legal documentation, but we absolutely can confirm James and Kayla to be real people in a real relationship with real ages we're questioning. I don't need a legal document to question two confirmed ages of an adult and a minor. Are you getting what I'm putting down? May, I do definitely know. You, May, are just showing yourself to be absolutely disgusting at this point. So I'm going to keep letting you do it. Okay. May, where's the proof she was emancipated? Thank you. Say that again, Queen of TikTok. The man slept with a minor and people support that as wild. May, show me the proof she was emancipated. May, emancipation laws have nothing to do with this young lady. Show me where she was emancipated and I'll shut up. Show me. Where was she emancipated, May? You are saying you have proof she was emancipated. I'll wait. And this is why people don't like dealing with May at all. Now, I sat there and was very cordial with a lot of people and open up opinions, but May, now you're just getting to the point of being Jesus Christ.
Hold on. I just have one question because I'm still trying to get all of the fucking things together. Okay.
Do I sit with Bliss or do I sit with her ex-man? Sassy.
I love that.
No, seriously, Bliss, hold on. I've been wanting to ask this. For everybody who keeps saying, but Grow, you sit with Bliss. Let me ask you a question. So do I sit with Bliss or do I sit with her ex-man? So that part, May, do I sit with Bliss or do I sit with her ex-man? I'll wait. I think I sit with Bliss. Is Bliss a pedo? Nope.
It's funny. It's okay when you guys do it.
You're sitting with James, who fucked a 15-year-old, and?
But it's not okay
now you're
when
making me
you
pissed.
do it.
So May sits with James, who fucked a 15-year-old, but I'm a bad person because I sit with Bliss, whose ex did something that he's fucking long in jail for, and she did not support, right? But that's okay. I sit with someone who knowingly married an SRO. Well, you sit with someone who knowingly got with a 15-year-old.
That's your fact, May. I never married him. I want you to pull up my marriage certificate. I have asked for that millions of fucking times.
Dani,
married him.
Shit. We're not going to turn this into a Bliss and Brad live. May's doing this on purpose.
Right.
I'm not going to fall for it. I got a little lost there. Bliss, stop. Bliss, mute. No more. No more, Bliss. She's trying to flick onto you and Brad. No more.
Question about James. Back to my question about James, right? Because that's what this is about, right? So do I understand correctly? Got her pregnant, but it wasn't never reported. He was never charged with it or anything. He doesn't have a charge for this?
James has charges, Pedicure Kings. Nobody said James has charges. You and May are taking this way off topic. Nobody said James has charges. Let's clear it up one more time. James does not have charges.
Okay, so it was just... Okay, got it. That's what I was asking.
Okay, I have a legitimate question. This book was published, correct?
Wait, May just said waiting to see where she was 15. May, the book shows her 16th birthday was October 23rd, 2005, Mrs. Math. In October 23rd, 2005 was her 16th birthday. Do the math.
So if the book is published, where did that information come from? Did they just pull it out of a hat or did they speak to the individuals? I'm pretty sure they spoke to the individuals because they had to have consent to put it into a book. So either they lied about it to make the book or it really happened. I'm just saying.
But May is, she's the only one of these comments right now deterring this. Even other opinions are okay and accepted. But what May's doing right now is what May does best. I honestly, Dani, it's up to you. I would probably block the bitch. But I'm going to say this before you do. May, I'm going to say it one more time for you. My math is perfect. October 23rd, 2005, Kayla turned 16. In October 31st, 2005, a week later, James turned 20. Meaning, in their relationship, they were 15 and 19 and turned 16 and 20. He was an adult before and an adult after the birthdays that are a week apart. Jesus Christ almighty.
Y'all have mob powers. That's why you got them.
I'm going to allow her to distract this once again. Does anybody else have any questions before we continue about what I just said? Do you need me to speak it in Spanish or write it down? She was 16 years old on October 23rd, 2005. A week later, he turned 20. So that means they were in a relationship at 15 and 19 to begin with. Jesus fuck.
Hard to accept. Well, a minute or so later, the operating nurse sticks her head in the door.
Can somebody else elaborate on that? That is just there. Meme is trying to really honestly make people re-question something that doesn't need to be re-questioned. How is that not easily understood and explained?
Well, again, it's not just about James and is her name Kayla?
Kayla.
Yes.
So it's not just about them. It's about the moral compass of being a human being. If you're willing to date a minor, then you're willing to take that heat, period, the end. You can't sit here and say that it's wrong for one person, but right for another. That's all that this is about.
Uh-huh.
That's why Meme, I apologize, you guys, to the boxes and to the host. I do apologize. And to the comments. I shouldn't let her get me off my level, but that shit just really irritates me because a lot of y'all don't know what Meme does. I do. And the problem is the fact that it's not your fault. Y'all don't know what Meme does. What she just did and what she always does, I'm very much aware of what she was doing. And we're not going to do that today.
No, absolutely not.
We're getting off my level with her. It's not her, what she said that really pissed me off. It's the fact, again, I know what she's doing, and that's all I'm going to say.
We're only live here.
I don't need a birth certificate to that person in the comments, Jessica Lee, because again, being James's friend at one point, me and James are 5 days apart, literally in age. He was born Halloween 1985. I was born November 5th, 1985. I'm sorry, 6 days. We're 6 days apart in age. So in 2005, I also turned 20 a week after he did. So I don't need a birth certificate. Does that make sense? I, in 2005, also a week after James did, turned 20 years old.
No, Gro, we were talking about the legal aspects.
I know, Duchess. I'm speaking to a comment, baby, not you. I was answering a comment. She said, prove where the birth certificates are. I don't need those. If me and James are the same identical age, almost twin age, I would turn 20 a week after he did.
Okay.
This has me so lost that, and I can't even bring it up without sounding like I'm defending Jay's charges. How can I say this, Steph? Please help me without sounding like I defend Jay's charges, because you know I don't, like everybody else knows I don't. I'm not jumping on a bandwagon about Jay on here, but I don't agree with those fucking charges at all. He knows it. Can I say without saying I defend him? Because I don't, but my God, where was all this energy when they were doing this to Jersey with his charges?
But the difference between those charges are they're black and white. I mean,
right.
Plain as day, there was forcible actions there. As to this James situation, it is a relationship. So that's the difference.
Right.
These guys are an established relationship. As to the Jersey thing, that was, okay, well, I'm going to get with you because I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, and then I'm leaving. And he got charged.
And the fact is, like, not even just Jersey. There's a lot of men I've seen that are reprimanded for ages, and I'll be one to reprimand someone for those ages. Absolutely. And Jessica Lee, now you're getting what I just was afraid of, twisting what I'm saying. I'm not saying, I just said I agree 100%. Yes, he had forcible on there. I'm not comparing the two. What I'm comparing is recently when people call somebody out for something, right? Just because someone didn't impregnate her, force her, and or didn't get charged does not mean it's still not wrong in the eyes of morals and the law of that state, is what I'm trying to get at. That's why I shouldn't even drop people's names and use examples. Let's just take names out of it. Realistically, just because someone doesn't impregnate the girl, force the girl, or man for that matter, and just because they're not, I don't know, whatever, it's still illegal. It's still immoral.
Well,
An
I'll
adult
ask you
is an
again.
adult. A minor's a minor.
There's a lot of mothers in this live. How many of you would be okay with your child dating someone over the age of 18?
Not me. I have two daughters. I have two teenage daughters. One is 16. One is going to be 18 in August. She's a senior in high school. If my senior in high school wanted to date someone who was 19 or 20, to be completely honest, I would not be as upset. I would be upset because in my eyes, that's still my baby. And I wouldn't like it. And I would actually try to talk her out of it. If my 16-year-old wanted to date that 19 or 20-year-old, I'd be pissed. Because that's my 6-year-old's not ready for that kind of life. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know my 16-year-old is not ready to step in an adult's life being a child, if that makes sense. But my other daughter is on the verge of being an adult herself. So if that makes sense, I don't want that to get twisted. I wouldn't get mad at my oldest because she's about to be an adult regardless. But my 16-year-old is not in the right frame of mind to be an adult girlfriend, if that makes any kind of sense.
Well, I think, just being a mother and having two children and two boys, or two girls and two boys, I was scared to death for them to date an adult, period, just because of the fact that, well, they would have to suffer heartbreak and then the legal aspect of it,
Yes. And I don't feel like my baby, my 16-year-old, is ready for all that. No,
not at all. I mean, when you're 16, you got googly eyes for this person, this person, this person, it's all part of your hormones.
But again, that's just my opinion on my daughters. I can't speak for the whole world. And that really, honestly, is just my opinion on my personal daughters.
I suddenly feel all my parents and apologize.
I'm also going to touch on this from a male's aspect because I was 14 when I lost mine to an 18-year-old female. Now, it didn't look down upon because we were dating at the time, but she was 4 years older than me. Now, in the eyes of the law and everybody, I'm not taking sides. I'm just stating facts. In the eyes of the law and everybody else, some people would say that's disgusting. She took advantage of you, blah, blah, blah. Now, in the eyes of a 14-year-old boy, it's hell yeah.
Yeah, it is. I'm sure my 6-year-old son or my 5-year-old son's probably like, yeah, give me that older chick. Can't do it, son.
Now, after I got out of that relationship, a year and a half after that, I was like 15, almost. Yeah, it was the summer I was turning, or right after I turned 15. It was the summer, and I met this woman. She was 26 years old. She lived right in the same neighborhood as me. And one day, went to the beach with a bunch of friends, and she was there. She was 26. I was 15. And she came on to me in the lake.
And see, but in my opinion, Steve-O, as the adult, she should have never wanted to do that, in my opinion.
Right. She was also married.
Oh.
And her husband literally, took her to the ringer over that. But...
Well, without using James's name, for instance, we were all 19 once, right? I was 19 once, almost 20. And again, my opinion only. I know being a 19-year-old, almost 20, in my brain, maybe I'm just wired that way, but in my brain, I was not looking at any 15, 16-year-old like, damn, that's a fine motherfucker. And that's just me. Maybe other people are different.
Right.
My brain's wired not to look at that.
I was always into older women. My last two, actually, my son's mother was the same age as, or a year younger than me. My daughter's mother was 7 years younger than me. And Donna is 8 years younger than me. Just to put that in perspective.
Okay, so now I have to ask, how old were you at the time of conception?
Oh, I was 30 when I had my first kid.
Okay. Yeah, me and Dan are 10 years apart, and I was 25 when I had my first. 24.
If the tables were turned and those were your children, okay, 15 having sex with a 19-year-old, how would you feel?
Absolutely not. My niece, she just recently turned 18 and was messing around with a 16-year-old, and I tore her ass up about it.